Salutations everyone, this is Razor here bringing you some kill confirmed gameplay on the map Drone, and that's right, I have an intro now. Shout out to Duramax707 for making my intro for me, and if you're thinking, hey, I wish I could have thought of that, well, he was the first one to actually think of it and send it to me, so that's going to be my intro from now on, unless someone thinks that they can do better and want to send me one that they make themselves. I absolutely promise I will use it because hey, I've gone 2 years without an intro, so it's kind of nice to change things up. But anyways, using S12 here with long barrel, dual mag, and the laser sight, and 5.7 secondary with extended mags, I believe, and no perks because I'm working on getting the S12 gold. Just need 3 more bloodthirsties, and it will be so. But today I'm not going to talk about the gameplay. You know, it's pretty self-explanatory. Kill confirmed with the S12 on the drone. With a bunch of kill streaks that I'll never get because I keep dying. But decent score overall. Today what I want to talk about is Christmas, because it is upon us, or it is Christmas, or it's past Christmas, depending on when you want to watch this video. But you know, there's something that's been going through my head the past couple of days, and I just want to talk about it. What is Christmas? Because honestly, I don't know. Obviously, if someone wanted me to define or give an explanation, like what's this thing that everyone's celebrating, I was like, oh, it's Christmas. You get this tree and presents, and there's this old fairy tale about this red-suited fat ass who gives kids presents with flying reindeer and magical elves and all this shit. But that really isn't what Christmas is. You take all that stuff away, Christmas is still Christmas, and it's a celebration that human beings have been having for fucking long ass time. So it may be called Christmas because that's what we call it today, but that's not always what we called it, and it probably might not be what we call it in the future. The episode of Futurama says that it'll be called Xmas in the year 3000, and that I would not be surprised because it's gone through a lot of changes on what this time of year is and what we want to call it. There's Yuletide, Winter Solstice, Saturnalia, Christmas. Happy fun winter time. Whatever you want to call it, it really doesn't change what it is. It's always basically been the same thing. We always celebrate at this time of year around the winter solstice when the moon is in a pretty snazzy position, which was noticed a long ass time ago. So people celebrate these spring and winter solstice, when positions of the damn stars and moons and shit. It honestly is not a religious holiday. I know if people ask, if I ask what is Christmas, they'll say, oh, it's a religious holiday. That's not really true. It's always been a holiday. You know, back when, farming was the shit, we humans prayed to magical things that controlled the plants and made them grow or not grow, and water and all that crap. And the pagans celebrated the winter solstice, and when Christianity came along, they saw this cool thing that the pagans were doing and said, man, if we want people to convert to Christianity, we need a cool ass party around this time too. So they invented the idea of Christmas. It's a complete lie, but that's fine. There's plenty of lies that are cool. I think the idea of many awesome works of fiction are pretty awesome, but that doesn't take away from the fact that they're not real. But big deal. It's fun to party, and that's why people have always celebrated this time of year, no matter what you want to call it, be that Saturnalia, Yuletide, or Christmas, or whatever. Fucking Hanukkah, I don't give a shit. Kwanzaa is another thing, because that's just fucking stupid. This made up bullshit from, like, the 1970s, or I forget when that shit was invented, but, it's basically this dumbass combination of Hanukkah and Christmas that honestly means absolutely nothing. That's the most fake holiday you can fucking think of. But sorry for knocking on Kwanzaa. I doubt anyone celebrates that shit anyway, and if you do, sorry, your fake holiday sucks. But anyways, people like to celebrate this time of year, and we're going to continue to do so because it's fun to party, regardless of if you're religious or not. Christmas is called Christmas because that's it got popularized, and it wasn't always called that, and it might not be called that in the future once this whole religion thing dies down in the future, which it eventually will. It's just the way things are. It wasn't a religion thousands of years ago, and it won't be a religion thousands of years from now. Because that's just how humans work. They're pretty simple. We're pretty simple creatures, and it's we kind of do what we want. As the times change. So it's don't think that it's a religious thing because it's not. And people like to say, well, birth of Jesus and all this stuff. Not true. Jesus was born in the spring, and his birthday was not always celebrated on December 25th. It was originally celebrated on December 5th. So, if you know your history, and I know mine, and people who make arguments otherwise aren't very good at, knowing things, so, their arguments fall flat. But it has no bounds in Catholicism, because it's the same holiday that we've been, this some special time of year that we've been celebrating forever, because it's the special location of the moon and stars and the sun and shit like that, and the planet, which is pretty neat, if you want to, celebrating things are fun, so that's why we do them. So go ahead and let's just continue the tradition. The reason why we celebrate Christmas is because it's tradition. Even though it wasn't always called Christmas, but that's what it's mostly known as today, because it's December 25th. It's a federal holiday. It's recognized as, and a lot of people have that day off and celebrate their time with their families, but it's hard to pin what it actually is. What is this this time that makes it so special? Because it is pretty special, outside the fact that the moon's in a special position, which is, a good excuse to throw a party. It's as good an excuse as any, because, what's going to make one excuse better than another? But at the same time, it's fun to party. So that's why, regardless of your religious beliefs or lack thereof, a lot of people celebrate Christmas because it's a fun time. Have a tree and decorate it, and have gingerbread cookies and shit, buy presents for each other, and spend time with family and have a good old time. But I'm still don't have an answer for what Christmas actually is. And so you take a look at like Christmas movies, Christmas songs, and it's not really about joy and sharing and loving and being kind to other humans. That's really not a message that's ever actually pushed out there. If you listen to like the classical songs like Silent Night and all this shit, it's really dark, depressing shit that has doesn't say anything about being kind to other men, mankind, not just people with dicks. But it's that message has not always been out there, but it's become a cultural, societal pressure to be festive, and to tip your paperboy and the mailman, and give extra large tips to waiters and waitresses, and you get Christmas bonuses at work and that kind of stuff. So it's joyous. It's a time for celebration. But not for any particular reason. But do we really need a reason to party? It's pretty cool. It's nice throwing parties because that's why people have parties, because they're fun. They don't really need a reason to. It's like, hey, it's Saturday night, let's go out. Sweet. Just the fact that it's Saturday night doesn't really mean anything. But you can have fun. You don't really need an excuse to have fun. But at the same time, it's kind of hard to pinpoint what Christmas actually means to people. So you take a look at like Christmas movies, like It's a Wonderful Life, Charlie Brown, Christmas, fucking the Santa Claus, Jingle All the Way, A Christmas Carol, So, and they give out this this image, this idea of being kind to other men, and it being joyous and festive, and it is very festive. It's highly commercialized, and has a lot to do with is stimulating the economy, Black Friday sales and all that, but it's kind of hard to pinpoint that awesome feeling you get around this time of year. And when you watch these awesome movies that are joyful and have nice messages, or you hear these nice songs that we hear every year on the radio, and there's only one really word I can think of, and it's magic. Which isn't a real thing, but it's a nice feeling, and that's really all Christmas is. It's a party that's nice, that kind of has this nice little aura to it. And it's fun to celebrate, and we'll continue to celebrate it in the near future. We have in the past, no matter what you want to call it or what fake reasons you give yourselves for celebrating. It's but it's no big deal. Go out and celebrate. So have a Merry Christmas, awesome winter solstice, pretty awesome Yuletide, kick-ass Saturnalia. Have a fun Hanukkah and a festive Festivus. I don't know. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Buttons help me out, and I'll see you guys next time.